Hi, my name is Nancy Ham, and I am with Gentle Ventures Training Center. I'm not here today to advertise my classes, but I will bring them up because that's what a good owner does. I actually have 4 different classes. There is one uh, set of classes that is holistic, and that's my favorite. I love teaching the holistic classes for the newborn care specialist or the newborn nanny. And then there's the one that's the basic one. So they both teach the same things. The holistic class just goes into all the natural ways that you can also help your client and their baby. So what I want to talk to you today about is intuition. Now, I know that doesn't seem like a newborn care specialist topic, but it is so much. I have been dealing with, in the last few weeks, so many people calling me and having issues with, did I make the right decision? How should I have done this different? Just things that I try to teach in my class, and I want everybody to get this. You ladies have the most amazing intuition, and some of you have to learn how to use it. Let me give you a couple examples of what you might use your intuition for. I've got notes so that I am going to go back and forth between my notes so I don't forget anything. You have a sense, just a sense that you made the best decision. You have a sense or a feeling about a situation or a person. For example, you know something's wrong with your child, but the doctor says there's nothing wrong. But you know there's something inside of you that says this is not right. You might know in advance who's calling you on the phone. You might be like, and I have a friend that I do this with all the time. I'm thinking about her and she calls. And I know that that happens for her to me also. And it's not like a knowing that she's supposed to call at this time or anything. It's just that all of a sudden her name will pop into my head and 2 minutes later the phone rings. Listen to your gut. Clues are dropped and your gut will tell you what to do. You just have to listen. Another way that a lot of us get hits, so to speak, is we see somebody in need and your gut says, help them. And you're like, I don't have the time, or I don't have the money, or something like that. And so you do not follow your intuition and you do not do that. Let me describe to you, let me give you a definition of what intuition or gut feeling is. This is from Psychology Today. Intuition is a form of knowledge that appears in consciousness without obvious deliberation. It's not magical, but rather a faculty in which hunches are generated by the unconscious mind, rapidly sifting through past experiences and cumulative knowledge. So when you are getting this hit inside, it is generally before you've thought about it. You haven't given this any thought. It's just there. There's this feeling, this knot in your stomach. Don't do this. Or there's this joy in your soul that says you're doing the right thing. We need to be more aware of what's going on inside of ourselves. All your questions are answered. You do know what to do. You might be afraid of what to do. You might okay, let's just take for instance, you've gone on this job interview and you don't know why, because it seemed to go pretty good, but something in your gut is telling you this is not the job for me. However, you need a job and you need the money. And so when they offer you the job, instead of listening to that little voice inside of you that's saying, run, 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 you say, oh, I'd be happy to come work for you. And then you go and work for them, and it's the job from hell. Let me tell you something. Your intuition, your gut feeling is never going to let you down. If you truly listen to it, it's not going to let you down. If you had turned down that job that your intuition was telling you was not the job for you, there would have been a better one around the corner. That's just the way it works. We as women, for some reason, we have this intuition, this knowing when something's not right. And so many of us, and I include me, ignore it. But let me tell you, the more that you use it, the more that you trust it, the more that you will benefit from it, the more that you will understand why you got that feeling. I know this is really off of the wall for an NCS little talk, but I just wanted to tell all of you who are calling me, and please continue to call, because I don't mind telling you, reminding you to listen to your gut. I have a lady that's been calling me who is haggling over her contract with a client. And every time she calls me, she is like, I don't want to make that change. That is not a change I want to make. But I guess I have to make it because I want this job. And the other day she called, and it was just like the end product of all of her submitting to things that she did not want to do. And the man was, in this instance, he was asked, he finally says, okay, you can have the job, but I'm not going to pay you what I said I was going to pay you. I'm going to pay you this instead. So, and you may not do this, but you know, I know you still need to work. And I said, you know what? Listen to what the universe is telling you. You have been told so many times with this job, do not take it. And you keep making excuses for why you should take it. And I told her, if you take this job, the chances are it is not going to be a fun job for you. And you know what she said to me? She said, I know. So please rely on your inner self to know what you need to do. It's taking all of your past experiences. It's taking all the accumulative knowledge that you have, and it's telling you what you should do. Listen to that. How do you build up this? You build it up one step at a time by listening that first time and saying, okay. For instance, there are always people, and I'm sure for you too, there's always people in the corner asking for money. And most of the time I pass them up and I don't do anything. But there have been a couple of times when I have been led directly. It's like, you need to give this person money. And I'm like, and I'm like, what if they use it for drugs? And it's like, it's not any of your business what they use it for. You need to give this person money. So I have done that. And it's really funny because then, you know, when you do it, there's this joy that bubbles up inside of you that it's like, wow, I just did what my gut was telling me to do. Doesn't matter what they use it for. It doesn't matter. I mean, maybe they did go out and buy drugs. Maybe they went home and fed their baby. I don't know why this person, but I have more than once listened to that and helped somebody. I get emails from people that took the course a year ago, 5 years ago, and are like, I can't afford to renew because you can listen to the course for 1 year. And they're like, I can't afford to do this, renew it, but I need a refresher on this course. And I'll be like, I'll listen to my gut. Sometimes there's people that I'm like, yeah, you're just trying to pull something over on me. And then there's sometimes I'm like, totally get it. Totally get it. And that's a great way to do business. And I know there's a lot of people that are not going to believe me on that. And are going to say, oh no, you should never do it by following your gut. You should always do it with this business sense. Well, I don't operate my business like that. So anyway, that's really, I think that's pretty much all I wanted to say. Let me just look at my notes to be sure, because I don't want to leave anything out. Oh, I know what I'm going to tell you. I know what I'm going to tell you. One thing that I have found, and that started me, and I still do this sometimes. If you have a decision to make and you cannot make up your mind, you're like, oh, this is a good idea. Yeah, but this is a good idea too. But oh, this is a really good idea. But this is a better idea. Take a coin. Take a coin. Heads is one of the ideas and tails is the other idea. Flip that coin and call it in the air. When it comes down, before you look at it, and the thing is, you have to do what the coin says, okay? So if you are you're contemplating moving to a different city, but you want to stay in this city because you have family here, but you want to go to this city because you're going to make more money. So you flip the coin, and heads is that you're going to stay in the city with your family. Tails is that you're going to move. So you flip the coin, plop it on. And before you look at that, I want you to go through your minds, because you have to do what the coin says. And then I want you to think, oh my God, I hope it doesn't say this. I hope it doesn't say this. Because then you know what your decision is. You know it should be the other way. Or, oh, I hope it's this. I hope it's this. You know. So that's just one of the ways that I still do that once in a while. If I have a decision that I just cannot make my mind up for, I do that, and it really works well. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this. Like I said, it has really nothing to do with being an NCS or a newborn nanny, and it has everything to do with being an NCS and a nanny. So I hope you have a good day. Visit me on https://gentleventures.com. Or call me. I mentor all my students for free, never a charge, keeps me busy, but it's so worth it. And thank you for listening. Have a good, profitable day. Let me see if I can turn you off now.